Hello and welcome to Pensions Management Online. The SIPP market's been one of the success stories in pensions over the past decade. Pensions Management's 2010 survey into the market recorded almost 600,000 SIPPs in existence. Now that marked a continued growth of around 25% against the previous year. However, the SIPP market is increasingly competitive and congested, with more than 100 providers offering one or more type of SIPP. As a result, it's increasingly difficult for advisors to differentiate between providers because not all SIPPs are equal, apparently. Joining me today to discuss SIPPs is David Fox from SIPP specialist Dentons. Hello, David.
Hello, Padraig.
So, what should advisors be aware of when looking into choosing a SIPP provider for their client?
First of all, it's important to remember that the SIPP market is split into three broad areas. You've got the online investment SIPP providers, you've got the insurance company hybrid products, where clearly the insurance companies are looking for funds under management, and you've got the bespoke, or what is becoming known as the true SIPP end of the market. But even at this end of the market, it's difficult to differentiate between providers. What you need to look at is the consistency of administration throughout the term of the plan.
So with different types of products, that will attract different prices?
Price isn't the only differentiator. Some providers will restrict the investment flexibility afforded to your clients. Some may restrict the asset classes they can access, perhaps to put a cap on the fees. It may be because of the expertise of their administrators will not allow them to offer that type of flexibility. We think that sort of flexibility is important to clients in case the investment requirements may change in the future, their attitude to risk may change in the future, or their circumstances may change in the future.
So presumably the different levels of flexibility offered by different providers will cost different amounts depending on which product you go for?
At face value, yes, but it's important to dig a little deeper. It's relatively common knowledge that a lot of SIPP providers will get an income stream from the SIPP bank accounts. So at Dentons, we pride ourselves on our transparency, and we negotiate with our bankers for a very competitive SIPP bank account rate for our clients, and we pass on this rate fully to our clients. This can be important in areas such as commercial property, where perhaps a client has got a lot of rental income going into the SIPP bank account, or in income drawdown, where there's a lot of money sat on the bank account to pay as income.
Nevertheless, fees are important. So what do advisors need to consider in the round when reviewing a SIPP provider?
Fees are important, but I think it's important to consider the type of administrators you will be dealing with, how well qualified they are, how well experienced they are. The SIPP needs to be administered efficiently throughout the lifetime of its plan. Don't take into account special offers or the initial fees in isolation.
So what other areas might there be less transparent charges that advisors should be looking to check for their clients?
Okay. Some providers will restrict access to the client's professional advisors. So, for example, in commercial property, they may insist on using a panel of solicitors. This may be for many reasons. It may be to protect the administration services, because their administrators don't like to deal with other professional advisors. It may be because they're using it as an income stream. At Dentons, we are happy for clients to use their own advisors. By the very nature of the sort of clients that are in commercial property, they're very entrepreneurial, and they have very strong relationships with their own advisors, and they want to use them. So by restricting this access, it can create problems at outset. Another example I've come across recently is some providers are insisting on using their block insurance. And an example was the insurance, using the block insurance, was £10,000 to insure the property. When the advisor rebroke this through their own general insurance arm, the premium came out at £5,000. This alone can make the SIPP provider's fees pretty irrelevant.
So aside from fees, what other things should an advisor be looking at when reviewing a SIPP for their client? It's
important to look at the administration as a whole. Will the SIPP provider get things right first time and every time throughout the term of the plan? Will you be dealing with quality, experienced staff who can do this? Because if they get things right first time and every time, it will save the advisor and client time and money.
David Fox, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.